This session is getting recorded in case if you'd like to have a look at it again, it will be made available. My name is Lokesh. Welcome to this session on how to use Algomojo platform for automation of your strategies. If you have any queries, please use the chat box to type out your queries. In case if you'd like to have a look at anything specific, please use the chat box and raise your queries. I'll try and answer them. I'll try and show them as we go along. We will start with a small presentation. We will start with a small presentation. After that, we will get into the actual demo of the platform and also how do we look at integrating with TradingView. Now, in case if anybody is interested in looking at or wanting to use Amibroker, please let me know. We can try and see that also today. Otherwise, mainly focus would be on integration with TradingView. Hope my screen is visible. We'll start with a small presentation. The agenda would be the agenda is to cover the key features and benefits that Algomojo platform offers. Uh, then we will look at how do we do integration with using TradingView. And in case if anybody wants to have a look at Amibroker integration, we can do that also. Then a small brief about our support structure, how to contact Algomojo in case if you need any support during live market hours or even after market hours, how to contact us, various methods to contact us. I will share those details. Try and keep this as interactive as possible. Raise any kind of queries that you would have, any doubts you would have, anything specific that you want to see in our platform or in the charting tools, let me know. I will try and show them. See, Algomojo is a web-based platform. We don't have any mobile app. Um, it is a web-based platform using any browser. It could be Chrome, it could be Edge, Safari, Brave, any browser. You can log in to our platform and use all the facilities and features that we offer. Now, we are a platform provider. We act like a bridge between your broker and your charting tool. Your charting tool which you would be using for taking trades in terms of running your strategies or looking at indicators, and you're trying to place orders into your broker account. We act like a bridge between these two platforms, the charting tool and your broker. So whenever your charting tool is providing a signal either to enter a trade or an exit trade, we will pick up those signals and then place those orders into your account with the broker with which you are trading. Now, kindly note, we are not authorized or we don't provide any tips as such. We don't provide any strategies. We don't provide any recommendations what to buy, when to sell. We are not into that space. We just are a platform provider who will act like a bridge for placement of your orders to make the order placement quick and simple and user friendly process. We are a platform which has been built. We have tried to keep this platform as simple to use and as easy to use. You need not have to have any kind of programming or coding knowledge um, to use our platform and automate your studies in either in TradingView or in charting or in Amibroker or in MT4 kind of platforms, right? All you have to do is copy paste one or two things, simple things which we provide, and update them in the charts that you're running or in the studies that you're running, and it is taken care of. Whenever the signals are generated as per your requirements, those signals will be picked up and orders can be placed for execution in the account. A quick confirmation again. Hope my audio is okay and you're able to see the presentation which I'm currently running. Anybody, if you can give a small confirmation, it will be useful. Yes, thanks so much. Yeah, we have integrate. You can use TradingView or Amibroker or MT4 kind of platforms for automation purpose. And we provide multiple, or API has been integrated with multiple brokers. If you have an account with any of these API integrated brokers, close 30 of them are there. I'll share the list of all the brokers with whom we have done the API integration. If you already have an account, you can start off immediately and look. Integrate with your charting tool for automatically placing orders as such. Now, in case if you don't have an account with any of the API integrated brokers of ours, you can open a new account. And there are about 7 brokers with whom we have got a tie-up, special tie-up. You can, if you use Algomojo as a referral, you will get additional benefits in terms of subscription, which may not be necessary, and you'll get to use Algomojo platform free of cost for life. So there'll be absolutely no charges in case if you use Algomojo as a referral and open a new account with 7 brokers, the list of whom I will shortly show you also. Now, whatever codes that are required for automation, whatever modules that are required for automation, say in Amibroker or in TradingView, we provide those details. All you have to do is just copy them and then paste it into your charts. And our focus has been to make the trading and the investment cycle as simple and as easy as possible. So we have kept or developed this platform uh, for usage for people who don't need to have any kind of programming or coding knowledge. So you will not. It is not necessary for you to open the source code, say for example in PineScript or an AFL in Amibroker, and then add some modules or add some codes for automation purpose. Nothing of that sort is required. It is just a copy paste of 1 or 2 things. Um, and your work is done. And again, these are all one-time setups that you need to do. You need not have to do it every time. It is a one-time setup when you start off to do, and it will be saved for you always, and it will be available for you always whenever you want to use it. And then any particular day, if you don't want to trade, then you can stop it also and restart whenever you would like to start the trading or investment as such. Some of the key features would include things like you can decide what is that you want to trade. Like it is not you're not bound by our platform to trade only certain things. You can decide what is that you want to trade. You can trade in equities, you can trade in futures, you can trade in options. Options can be a static option, like if you want to trade, for example, a 25,000 CE or a PE for a particular day, for the entire day, you can use a static option, or it could be of a stock option also, or it could be any indices option also. Or if you want dynamically to select the option at the time of placement of orders, you can set that also in our platform. Our platform allows you to choose up to 20 strikes in the money and 20 strikes out of the money uh, uh, for dynamic selection. So whenever there's a signal coming in, suppose you have selected ITM 5, we will look at what is the spot price of the instrument that you're trying to trade and pick up that strike price, which is of ITM 5, and then send that strike price for order placements with your broker. It makes your selection of the strikes pretty simple. The system will take care of it. Now, our system is designed not only for option buyers. If you're an option writer, or if you want to sell options based on a signal, when you get a buy signal, you want to sell a PE, or when you get a sell signal, you want to sell a CE, you can still do that. For both buyers and sellers, the platform is suitable. And in case you want to hedge your main trades with certain option buying or selling, even that can be achieved in our platform. Now, if the quantity is more, then we will take care of splitting the orders and placing multiple orders. You need not have to worry about placing multiple orders if the quantity is large. And now for risk management purpose, we have built-in tools like target, stop loss, and trailing stop loss. facilities. Now, if your strategy is already taking care of that, you may not have to use our platform for those functions. You can directly handle it from your strategy itself or from your indicator itself. Otherwise, if you want to use target, stop loss, and trailing stops in our platform, it is available. You can set them in terms of percentage, or in terms of points, or even in terms of M to M, or even in terms of profits. When you're doing a swing trade, you would like to look at certain profit or loss to be taken. So you can set those kind of levels in our platform. So it's not just points or percentage, even in terms of profit also you can set the targets and stops, and even trail them also. Now, like you can also customize the timings when you want to trade. Suppose you want to trade only the morning first 1 hour or 1.5 hours when the uh, volatility is pretty large. You can set those timings, or if you don't want to trade, say before 11 o'clock, you can say that okay, I would like to trade only after 11 o'clock till about 3 o'clock. So any signals coming in this window, we will process them and place orders. So you otherwise by default it is set to the market timing. So from 9:15 to 3 o'clock, or 9 o'clock to 3:30, or if it is commodities, it can go late into night also. So default would be the exchange timing, whichever instrument that you're trading. If you'd like to take all the trades, then by default it will happen. Now, for all users, we provide this facility of paper trade up to 6 instruments of 6 strategies. You can check for paper trades. Yeah. So the paper trade facility, what we have provided here is more to do with to check the process of how the orders are getting placed through our platform. Now, suppose you are trading in, say, futures. Whenever the signal is coming in, is the right signal? Is the signal getting processed and the orders are getting placed in futures? Or if it is options, is the correct strike price being taken? And when the reversal happens, is the C getting closed and the P getting bought? To test those kind of requirements, we allow the paper trading facility. Up to 6 strategies you can test. However, in terms of live trades, there's no limitation. You can do any amount of live trades. Any instruments that are supported can be traded live. There's no limitation there. Paper trade is not to be used for as a tool for say back testing purpose or forward testing purpose. I'm sure you're aware, for any back testing you will need historical data, and you would like to test it for multiple years or multiple months. As such, we are not a platform for back testing purpose as such. Again, we are just a bridge provider between your charting tool and your broker. So we don't provide strategies, we don't provide any backtesting tools in our platform. Now, when it, yeah, there's a query and static IP. Yes, that was supposed to be implemented, I think, from 1st of August. It got deferred to 1st of October. Now they have further deferred it. But in terms of readiness, we are there. So whenever the exchange or the it becomes mandatory, we are ready as a platform. So if you for people who want to use a platform, a static IP will be defined, and it will be made available for you. So that way, your trading and investment can continue without any interruptions as such. We are ready, but just waiting for it to get online or go live as such. See, we have not yet uh, in our platform as of now. You'll not be able to see the costing, or there's no provision to take the static IP as of now, because it is not mandatory. So that is still not being shown in the platform. However, it will be very similar to our subscription charges. The method will be the same. There will be a section where you'll need to go and subscribe for the static IP, and then take it, and then it will be available for you. It is like currently a unique API key and API secret is allocated for every subscriber. A similar thing will be available for static IP also. So in terms of payment for static IP also we are ready, only waiting for the launch or whenever it is mandatory, we will be ready. And the costing is also not decided completely, so I'm just waiting for things to fall in place. So we will have the costing module ready, and then the subscription method is already there, built in and ready. We have tested and we are ready to go live. So not to be concerned too much in terms of your IP requirements. Our platform is ready for that. Coming back to the presentation, you can, if suppose you're trading in futures or options and you would like to roll over, so the platform can automatically roll over the positions. Suppose you have a contract of October running and you want to roll over on the third week of uh, October to November series. You can set the time and date on which you want the rollovers to happen. So whatever positions are open will be closed of current month, and the next month's contract will be taken up at the set time and date. Now, you can also decide in our platform how many trades you want to take in a particular day. Suppose you say that I don't want to take more than 5 trades in a day. This chart might be sending in many trades, but I don't want to handle more than say 3 trades or 5 trades in a day. So you can set those kind of limitations in our platform, and say if you have set it as five, platform will allow you to take 5 trades in that day only. Otherwise, if you want to take all signals, leave it to the default values. So any signal coming in from your tool, charting tool, will get processed and orders will be placed. In case if you want to limit it, there is a provision made available. Now, if you're an options trader and in the option strategies, you will have multiple legs. So you can create all those legs independently, and based on a single signal, you can place multiple orders. And again, you can prioritize what order has to be taken first, and you can set the sequence also, because option strategies normally involve buying and selling of options to facilitate the margin benefits. You can buy the option first and then take up the option selling leg after that. So, and while exiting, it can be the reverse of that. These options which has been sold or written can exit first, and then option which you have bought can be exited at the second, as the second part. Now you can get Telegram notifications. So whenever there's a signal getting generated or an order getting placed, you will get a notification. We have a Telegram app called Algomojo bot. All you have to do is take up the channel in Telegram and generate the chart ID and integrate it with the strategy that you would create in our platform. So every time there's a signal coming in, the notification will come to you on your Telegram app. Now, segments that you can trade are would include things like cash markets. It can be intraday and delivery. So, in terms of futures, almost all indices are available for you. It could be NSE, BSE, commodities, all that. Our platform is not does not support crypto and forex as such. It is otherwise uh, able to handle all other exchanges uh, related to the Indian markets as such. So crypto and forex are not supported. Now, options can be Nifty or mid-cap Nifty, all instruments which have got the or the indices which have the options, the FNO stocks. You can trade either in futures or in options. It could be indices, it could be stocks also. Now, we have integrated close to 30 brokers. These are the list of brokers with whom we have done the API integration. So if you have an account already with any of these brokers, you can immediately start using our platform. The latest addition has been Zerodha. Now, you might be aware Zerodha used to charge for their APIs 2,000 rupees per month. They have made that free of cost from a couple of months back. So there'll be no charges for API-based order placements, or there's no additional charge for towards API usage as such. Now, if you open a new account with any of these seven brokers, using Algomojo as a referral, then you get the APIs also free from Algomojo for life as such. So kindly make use of this facility. Open a new account with any of these seven brokers, and you will get to use all the facilities and features available as of today, and what we are going to launch going forward will be available free of cost. There will be no additional charges. So they'll normally no brokers also don't charge anything for APIs, and a platform also like Algomojo platform, there'll be no cost when you open a new account using Algomojo as the reference. Now, when it comes to automation, it happens in two parts. First is we will decide what is that we want to trade. That is done in Algomojo platform. And once you define what is that you want to trade, it could be equities, it could be uh, futures, it could be options of indices or stocks, any of these. You define what is that, what are the trades that you want to run, and then get into an integration with, say, either TradingView or Amibroker as such. So it happens in two parts. First part is what you do in Algomojo, and second part is what is that you need to do in the charting tool. So we will look at these two activities separately. Um, so before getting into that, let's get into the platform and look at uh, what are the how do we do the entire setup. See, normally brokers don't allow, if you already have an account, they don't allow the referral to be mapped to Algomojo. They don't allow that. So request you to kindly open a new account with any of those seven brokers. For that, all you have to do is go to algomojo.com and use this tab called Open Account. When you click on that, it'll ask for the name, email ID of yours, and phone number. And you can select the broker with whom you want to open a new account. And say if you say Zerodha, and submit, it will take you to Zerodha's or any other broker's web page, and you will need to complete their account opening process. So once the account is opened, you will get the client ID and the password, which normally is a very simple process and a very quick process. It happens within a day or so, depending on the broker. So uh, kindly make use of this facility so that you get to use our platforms also uh, free of cost without any additional charges for life as such. So this is the place where you have to use Algomojo as the referral. Go to algomojo.com, and under that you have this open account and complete the process and get your free APIs of Algomojo. If you already have an account, all you need to do is get into this login button, use this login button, and you will need to select the broker from the list. For today's demo, we will be using TradeGenie as the broker. So we will need to use the same credentials which your broker would have given to log in or use the platforms. So it is the same client ID and the password and the authentication process that needs to be used. You need not have to create separate authentication for Algomojo. It's the same broker provided authentication process which we will be using. So when you say login, it will ask for the client ID and the password and the TOTP. Let me update the TOTP. And say login. That's it. So once you log in, the interface, Algomoto interface is the same, irrespective of the broker. So you will find that as common, irrespective of whichever broker you are going to use. So you will have a default page which gives a summary of what are the funds and positions and holdings, etc. You can also create multiple watch lists for your monitoring, and if you want to place any manual orders from this platform, that's also possible. All you have to do is add it to your watch list and say buy or sell. The orders can be placed manually from here itself. So with one single login, you can manage your entire trading and investment cycle. You may not have to have multiple things open and place multiple orders from different locations. So just log in here and do all your trading and investment decisions from here itself. So Once you log in, when you're doing it for the first time, you will see a lot of tabs on the left side. Go to the first tab, which is called My API. So when you're doing it for the first time, it will ask you to generate the Algomojo API. So you need to agree to the terms and conditions, and then once you do that, it will generate the Algomojo API. For all users, a 7 days trial will be provided by us. So this kindly make use of this trial to check whether the platform is able to take care of your requirements in terms of automation. So so that so when you do take this trial and use our platform for 7 days, we are sure that you will be able to figure out if the platform is able to take care of your trading and investment requirements. And in case if you find that it is meeting your requirements, you can go in for subscriptions. Now, subscriptions, there are three methods available. One is a monthly plan, half yearly plan, and a yearly plan. On a yearly basis, it works out to 500 rupees per month. Or if you take a monthly subscription, it is 1,000 rupees per month. You get all the facilities and features. And if you open a new account with any of those seven brokers that we decided, you will get the APIs free of cost for life. Like for the example, this is valid till year 2050. It goes to 9,000 days and still remain. So you'll get a platform, our APIs free of cost. So this is the first step that you need to do, generate the APIs so that you will be able to use the other functionalities of the platform, right? So once you have these APIs, the next step is to define what is that you want to trade. So that definition is done from this place called My Strategies. We go and create something called a strategy, wherein we specify what is that we want to trade. We use this new strategy. When you are doing it for the first time, it will be available in the center itself. You can say create strategy, or and whatever your strategies that you create will always be available for you. Uh, you need not have to keep doing it every time. It will always be there. So it's a one-time setup that you need to do. And whenever you want to use it, you can use them. Or if you don't want to use them, you can pause them. And also, point to be noted is you will need to log into our web page close to the market open hours, because the brokers would provide the tokens, the fresh token for the day close to the market open hours. If you do it, say 5 o'clock in the morning or 4 o'clock in the morning, if you're abroad and your frames are different, time differences are different, or if you're planning to travel in the morning, if you log in at say very early, the tokens will not be fresh, and then the orders will get rejected. So don't log in too early. Log in close to market open hours as possible, and then start the activities. So we'll use this button called New Strategy and define what is that we want to trade. For example, let's look at how do we trade in futures contract, say Nifty futures. So give any name, and say NF demo 11th October. Okay. Now, the next step is to select the rule. There are 5 rules that we have defined based on various studies of the strategies and the requirements of the investors and traders. We have narrowed it down to about 5 rules. Now, what are these rules? You will be able to understand once you use the cursor on any of these rules. However, I will explain each of them when we look at a chart. We will open a chart and see what each rule does. Broadly, these rules are long only, short only, long plus short, long plus short, buy, sell, short cover, and stop and reverse. Now, these have got nothing to do with your option buying or selling. It is only to do with order executions as such. Now, when you say long only, it will process only long signals or buy signals. When you say short only, it will process only sell signals. When you get a sell signal, it will take a short position for you. It's not that it is going to short an option or short a future. Yes, it will definitely short the future if you are taking short only as the rule. Third is if you want to take both long and short trades as per your strategy requirements or as per your study requirements, use long plus short. Normally, this is what we use in trading. Long plus short, buy, sell, short cover is more relevant in Amibroker kind of environment where there are actions like short and reverse. Very rarely we come across short and cover in TradingView. However, TradingView can also support short and cover. In case if your code is supporting short and cover, you can use the fourth rule. And the fifth rule is typically in situations like super trend. Super trend, I'm sure most of you would have used or come across as such. It's a strategy which is always in trade, either long or short. So it is continuously in trade. Now, if your strategy is also continuously in trade, either long or short, similar to a super trend, then use a rule called stop and reverse. We will go through this when we look at the chart again. I will explain to you when we look at the chart again, right? So we will be using super trend for the first demo. So I'll select this rule called stop and reverse. Next step is to specify what is the segment that one wants to trade in, so or invest into. If it is equities, you can select equities. Since we are trying to do a futures, I'll select futures and options. Then the symbol, if you type the first few letters of the symbol, you will get a drop down. Select it from there. Select Nifty October contract. Order type can be NRML, or if it is intraday, MIS. Price type is by default market. We don't have the limit price actions as of now. So you can leave it to the default value of market. So all orders will be processed at market price. There's no limit order functionality as of now. Then update the number of lots that you want to trade. Suppose if you say you want to trade in 100 lots, it will automatically update the quantity to 7,500. Depending on what instrument you are trying to trade, the quantity will also vary. And system will automatically recognize that for Nifty, freeze limit is 1800. So it will place orders in multiples of 1800 to fulfill this total quantity of 100 lots. Now, these are some basic things that one needs to update for starting any trading or investment activity. Now, the next section, you can leave the chart symbol blank. You may not have to update it again. The next section would deal with your risk management kind of stuff, like targets and stop losses can be specified. And the third section would deal with the timings as such. When you want to start, by default, it will start at 9:15. End time is, suppose you don't want to take any trades after say 2:30 or 2:45. You can say that my end time for signals is 2:45 or 14:45. So any signals coming in after 14:45 will not be processed. If you're in intraday, what time you want to square off, then whether you want to roll over, and if you want to roll over, you can set the date and time also for rollovers. So these are all, if you don't want any changes, you can leave it with the default values and do a submit. If there is any information missing, it will ask you to update it. Otherwise, the strategy will get saved and you will have a webhook URL that will get generated. This webhook URL is the unique uh, key for the strategy that you create. So for every instrument that you're trying to create or define, it will have a unique webhook URL which contains the information about what is that you want to trade. So this webhook URL is what we are going to use for sending orders from the charting tool. And there are some codes that are required, for, say, and TradingView, which is generated and is available for you. We will be using these codes, something like strategy, indicator. So there are some codes here. We'll need to copy these and then use them in the TradingView chart or in Amibroker kind of environments, right? Now, any queries so far? Uh, Please use the Q&A box to type out your queries. Sorry, use the chat box to type your queries. Try and answer them. So once you update what is that you want to trade and say set the target and stops and set the timings and do the submission, you are ready to take up the setup to be done in the charting tool. Today we will look at TradingView. So by default, it will be in inactive state. So there are two states available: paper trade and live trade. Always start with the paper trade. Check if all the orders are going as per your requirements and you understand how the platform works. And once you're seeing that the platform is able to meet your requirements in terms of order placements, you can get into live trades, right? So we will start with the paper trade. So every day morning after you log in, you will need to come to this My Strategies and then enable for live trade or paper trade. It will not be perpetually on or on. You have to activate it every day. Otherwise, it will be in inactive state, and any signals coming in when it is in inactive state will not be processed. So please enable live trade or paper trade in the morning after the login. Now, these are two things that you need to do after you log in. After that, you need not have to keep the computer on, or even if your internet is down or your laptop or computer is not working, something has happened, nothing to worry. If you're logged in and enabled the strategies here, any signal coming in will be handled directly by Algomojo, and it will not hamper your trades or investments as such. So signals will get processed whenever they are sent across for processing. Right. So after that, you can shut down the system also and carry on with your other work. We will handle the signal processing. Only thing that you need not, or you should not do is log out from this page. If you go to, say, for example, here and say log out, uh, your system, the signals coming in after you log out will not be processed. So you need to be necessarily logged in and enable the strategies that you want to run. And then after that, system will handle it for you. So these are two important things that you need to do. After that, you can close the browser, close the computer, but don't log out, and signals will get processed. So once you define here what is that you're trying to trade, we'll go to the charting tool and then do the setup there. We'll look at how the setup has to be done for automation purpose. Now, always start with the instrument that you want to trade to get see. As I was mentioning, we are a bridge provider between your charting tool and the broker. Any signals coming in, say from a charting tool, your chart is providing a buy or a sell signal, it is sent to Algomojo. We will look at what is that you're trying to trade here. For example, here, this is what we created. We said that you're trying to trade in Nifty futures and 100 lots is the quantity. So we will send these information to the broker, and broker will send it to the exchange, and the orders will be placed. We are not doing any processing in our platform except for picking up the details of what is to be traded and sending it to the broker. So there's hardly any processing that gets done in our platform. So that way you'll find that our execution times are much, much better because we hardly have any processing that happens or that need to happen for the signals to be processed, right? So you can experience it, you can check it out for yourself. You get 7 days trial. Try out one or two, once start with the paper trade. Once you realize that the orders are getting placed properly in paper trade, start with a small quantity in terms of live trade and check out how much execution time it is taking. Normally, it is happening in uh, milliseconds, nanoseconds kind of time frames. It's very, very fast. Of course, much, much faster than your manual order placements. Yes, order placements. So whole idea is to take out the emotions, take out the effort involved in terms of placement of orders. Let the systems handle the processing of these orders that are coming in or the signals that are coming in automatically and without any intervention, without any judgmental thing getting into stopping a trade kind of stuff. Um, so signals, whenever they're coming in, will be placed for you with your broker. Now, if you somebody wants to have a look at how to create a watch list, we will do that. We will look at how to add a watch list for intraday equity. Yes, sure. First, we will check. We have started with the futures trade, how to do that. So we will do this integration, and next step we'll take up the equity setup, how to do that for intraday. Yeah, the cost. See, when I would look at it, if you are talking about the cost involved in terms of taking the trades, yes, there's a platform cost of Algomojo, and the trading view cost. Suppose you're a trading view user, or if you're a Amibroker user, you have data cost. And if you're a charting user, you have a charting subscription. Similarly, MT4 has got its own costs involved. So these are the costs which are definitely bound to be there. These are your infrastructure costs, I would say. Look at it from that perspective. And to make life simple for you, we've also said that you use Algomojo as a referral and open a new account so that our cost becomes zero for you. So there'll be no additional cost. And of course, going forward, you will have the IP cost also coming in. That is more of a SEBI regulation requirement as such. So that will also add to your cost. So we are trying to help out the users by making our platform cost nil when you open a new account using Algomojo as the referral. See, if you are trading in options and you would like to consider factors like volatility and other movements, you can get those things coded into your Pine script and then handle it from there. In our platform, as I was mentioning, we are only a bridge provider. We will not be able to handle things like volatility or your Greeks of the options which are only your deltas and time delays and rows and the three, four option related Greeks. We are not geared up to handle those kind of requirements. You will need to build those into your charting tools and see how do you handle it at your charting tool to generate a signal from there. Now, when you are trying to uh, select a particular symbol for option based on Greeks and other time related factors or any other indicator related factors, you will need to incorporate those onto your Pine script and then generate the signal for an entry or exit from that charting tool. It could be TradingView, it could be Amibroker. Amibroker offers much better capabilities in terms of handling those dynamic parameters. So try out tools like Amibroker, which gives you more flexibilities. Uh, yeah, if you are considering price movement for your targets and stops, again, Amibroker would be a much better option. Yeah, that's right. When you open a new account with seven brokers, which I was mentioning, um, you have no platform charges. The Algomojo platform charges becomes zero for life for you. Only charges would be your charting tool, which could be TradingView. TradingView, you will require their subscription because the free version doesn't support the webhook URL. We need webhook URL for sending the signals from charting tool, TradingView into our platforms. We will look at how do we do a, uh, option trade also. I'll show you how do we do an options related trade also. First example, we have taken up futures. Next, we'll look at cash market, how to do, and also how to do in options segment. Right. So uh, load your trading symbol first in the charting trading view. So for getting some live signals today, we will look at Bitcoin. That market will be open. The Bitcoin chart I'm using only for getting live data, live signal as such, but it doesn't mean that you can trade in Bitcoin or cryptos or forex as such. It is only to get live signals so that we get an opportunity to see how these signals are getting processed and orders are getting placed in Algomojo. So this market is live. And next step is to select the time frame. So once you have the trading symbol, suppose you are trading in Nifty or Bank Nifty, or it could be a stock, any of these, or it could be an options chart also. So open the chart first and then look at the time frame, whether you want to trade in 1 minute or 5 minutes or 15 minutes, whatever the time frame that you're looking at. So select that time frame and then load your strategy. For example, we will start use uh, super trend strategy. I loaded that. Let me make it visible. So super trend you would have seen, you used or seen much in your trading journey. It's always in trade, like I was mentioning. It is either short or long. So currently a short sell is running. So it can be any strategy that you would have in trading. You can bring in any strategy and then automate it. Yeah, it is if the strategy that you're running allows you to add a alert, that is all is the requirement. So most strategies would allow you to add an alert either in the form of a strategy or in the form of an indicator. So there are two methods of adding alerts, one as a strategy and the other one as an indicator. So for strategies, the setup that needs to be done is slightly different. So compared to the indicators or price-based actions. So here, what we will look at is once you load your strategy, it can be any strategy. Go to this three dots, and say add alert on super trend. It will open a pop-up box and go to the section called message. Whatever is the default value, just remove that and go to Algomojo and go to the strategy that you just created. Come down here, and for strategies, use this code, copy this from here and paste it here, right? And give a name and say NF demo 11th October. And go to notification section, and here, whatever is there by default, remove that and take the webhook URL from Algomojo, from the strategy that you have created, copy that and paste it here and say create. So here, uh, the strategy just is once it's created, it will be visible for you. So this is a one-time setup that you need to do, and you need not have to create it every time. One time after you create the strategy, it is there. And if you want to pause it, you can do that. If you want to remove it, you can remove that. Otherwise, the process is pretty simple. All you have to do is uh, go to this more button and add strategy. Use this add strategy in the message box. Update this content and update the webhook URL. These are the only two things that needs to be updated. The content for these two places is given by us. So use that, copy it from there and paste it at these two places and create an alert. After that, you're set, you're ready for processing signals from the chart itself. There's no other complication involved. We will not, you need not have to do any changes to this Pine script code that is running or any other kind of modifications in the code that needs to be done. We don't even touch any code related information of available on the chart. Sorry, there are some queries. I think I missed one or two. See, yes, market orders is something is definitely not an issue when it comes to options that are liquid. For any indices related options, you will not find an issue. However, stock options, some of the brokers do support market orders, some of them don't support. Yes, those kind of places you will not be able to use our platform for order placement as such. Now, it will be feasible once we launch the limit order facilities. Uh, System is ready for placing limit orders. We are waiting for some testing. Once it gets completed, we will be launching limit order facilities also. Yeah, suppose if you want to run, say for example, super trend on multiple stocks, there are different methods of doing it. One method is if it is, say, a couple of stocks, one or two stocks, for each of those stocks, you need to create an alert like this. Suppose if it is more, then TradingView has got a facility. Suppose you want to trade in 50 stocks, you want to use super trend as a strategy and look at trades in the Nifty 50 stocks whenever buy or sell signals are getting generated on those Nifty 50 stocks. You want the orders to be placed. The best method would be that you can create a watch list in TradingView and then apply the strategy with one alert for all the 50 stocks. But the subscription that you will need for Nifty TradingView will be not the basic plan. It will be the next available plan, the second plan. Let me try and show you that also. See, here, the essential plan, it doesn't allow the watch list alerts. They don't support it. In the second plan also, they don't support it. Third plan, which costs about 4,000 rupees per month, they support two watch lists. So I think each watch list can hold, I think, 100 odd stocks. So 100 to 100 stocks are available. So using this, you can apply a single strategy and onto the all the stocks which are added into the watch list. Suppose you have 50 Nifty stocks, you can create a watch list and with one alert, like what we just did, one alert, you can apply it to all the 50 stocks. That is one method of doing it. Another method, see if it is one or two stocks, or even if you can handle, suppose you have 10 stocks, you want to apply different strategies for each of these stocks. One could be super trend, another one could be UT bot, third one could be something like a half trend. So for each of those, you need to create an alert separately. That's it. Yeah, we can look at Amibroker after the trading view gets done. How it is done. Yeah. Now, we will looking at, yeah. So this is all is the step that is involved in terms of your automation. You bring in any strategy. Yeah, you can, how to trade in options, we'll take up the next step and I'll show you also. Yes. Now, for automation, these are the only steps involved. So load your strategy, time frame, and your sorry, load your symbol, time frame, select the time frame, and load your strategy and create the alert. That's all needs to be done. Let's try and while we are waiting. Now, for example, now super trend is in sell mode. You feel that okay, the market is going to trend further down, so you would like to take this entry. However, by the time you realize it is late, you if you want to still enter this trade, what you can do is you can take that order manually and then allow the system to take care of it when the next signal happens. So the way to do that would be that go to Algomojo and take the short position. Generate a short position from here. This is the strategy that we created for trading in Nifty futures. So we go here and take a short position. I say sell. So as you can see, any orders that are processed will be available or can be seen under My Signals. Right? Go to this My Signals. There are various tabs like signals, orders, positions, holdings, etc. It will show you the signal. You can read that this is manual signal which has been generated for sell, and the orders placed are multiple because we had selected 100 lots, and you can see that the position short position is running here. Let me select today's strategy. Yeah, as you can see, short position is already running under paper trade. So you can after this, we since we have linked it to trading view, the signal which comes from here will be handled. So a short is running and suppose a buy comes in, it will close the short position and take the long position. Right. So this is how we the signal that we suppose we want the signal to take care of the trades taken manually. This is how you need to do also. Otherwise, you can wait till the new signal gets generated and check how the orders are getting placed. So while we are waiting for the new signal to come in, let's look at how do we do the same super trend for trading in options. For example, when there's a buy coming in, you want a CE to be taken, and when the sell comes in, you want the CE to be closed and the PE to be taken, and it needs to keep running for this strategy called super trend. How do we do that? Let's have a look at that as a second example. So we'll go to Algomojo and go to my strategies and create a new strategy for trading in options. For example, we'll give a name as BN options. Then select the similar rule, stop and reverse. Then we'll select the segment as dynamic and select the instrument as Bank Nifty, for example. Expiry, you can select whichever expiry you want, current month, next month, for month, and these. It will show you the date also once you select the expiry date or expiry month. And here you can select whether you want to trade in ATM or OTM or ITM. Suppose you want to trade in ITM 5, for example. You can select ITM 5 from this drop down. Or if you want this to be ATM, you can select it as ATM. So let's look at ITM, say 3. I'll select ITM 3. Then I want to buy the option. If I want to sell, I can sell also. If you say selling, then when a buy comes, it will sell the PE. When the sell comes, it will sell the CE as such. So let's look at how do we do for buying. Then order can be normal or MIS depending on your requirement. Then price we always market. Then here again we will say 100 lots. So as you can see, Bank Nifty, the lot size is 35, so the quantity becomes 3500, and the freeze limit is 595. So to place multiple orders to fill this 3500 quantity. So these are the basic things that we need to update, and we'll say submit. Sorry, name already exists. So I'll give a different name. As 11th October. So this strategy is saved and the book URL will be created. We will use this for setting it up in TradingView. We'll go to TradingView. Let me go back here and update it and say paper trade and go to TradingView. Here I will add a, for the same strategy, I will add another alert. Here we will say the action as what we saw here. Action is this. For strategies, we'll need to use this code. Go to paste it here. Then we will say BN options rates. And notification, we need to update the webhook URL. By default, what is that? Remove that. Go to your strategy again and copy this webhook URL and paste it here. And say create. So as you can see, the BN options is alert is created. So when a buy gets triggered, it will buy the CE, and when the sell comes, it will close the CE and take a PE. So it can keep running between CE and PE. So whenever buy comes, it will buy CE, and when sell comes, it will close the CE and take the PE. The process is the same. If you can use any broker, the process is the same. The only difference is the way you log in. Suppose, for example, here You say algomojo.com and then um, go to login. And here you can select whichever, sorry, since I already used this browser, let me try and open a new browser. So this is Chrome. Log into algomojo.com and say login. And from the drop down, if you want to use done or you want to use fire, select it from the drop down here. Suppose you say fires and you say login, it'll ask for the credentials for the same process of fires login, your mobile number, OTP, all that, and then it'll open a new page which will be after login, it'll be something like this one. So it will be something like this. For all brokers, the interface is the same. So here I've logged into trading. You can log into any broker. It could be Zerodha, it could be Done, it could be Fires, any broker. See, webhook URL is not supported by TradingView free version. So you will not be able to send orders from TradingView if you don't have a subscription. So you will definitely need subscription. Okay. Now, so we have created one alert for trading in futures. We have created one more alert for trading in options. Now, since a sell trade is already running, suppose I wanted to take entry, I'll go and take a manual entry, right? So here I'll say that is if I want to. For demo purpose, let me take that manual entry. Since sell is already running, I'll take a sell. So it would have generated P positions. Let me do that. Yeah, for this is the strategy. Sorry, BN options. This is what we created. We created a sell position manually, and you can see that the order generated is for buy of P. And under the positions, you can see that the this is P position quantity 3,500. Now, when the trading view gives a buy signal, the expectation is that because this is super trend, the short position needs to be closed, that is P needs to be closed, and a long position needs to be taken. So while we are waiting for the signal to happen, we might get a buy signal. If there are any queries, let me know. I can try and address them. So it's a simple activity of creating alerts for the instrument that you're trying to trade. As you can see, buy has been generated, and there'll be two alerts sent, one for Nifty and the other one is for Bank Nifty. So Nifty, we had a short position running, and Bank Nifty, we had a CP running. So let us look at what has happened to those orders. We go to Algomojo here, go to signals. We can see that the buy signal has come at 11:07:03 and the order has been placed for C, and the position, if you go to the position book, P has been closed. P quantity has become, it has closed the P position and it has taken the C position. And you can make out that this is a paper trade. If it is a live trade, this right side, what you see as paper indication, trade indicator, that will not be visible. So it can keep alternating depending on what signal is coming from the chart that you're running. So this is again, TradingView is a fantastic tool. The alert that you create will always be there for you. Whenever you want to stop it, you can pause them, or you can delete them, or you can modify them. Um, It's pretty easy to use, pretty simple to understand and use it. All you have to do is have a strategy that you have tested and you want to trade or invest into. And you just need to go and create an alert. After loading the strategy, go to this more button and say add alert. update these two boxes. One is the message box with the content that we get, and update the webhook URL with the strategy that you're trying to run, and say create. That's all is required. So as you are aware, the trading view is always on. It is in the cloud. So after you log in the mornings into Algomojo and enable your paper trade or live trades, you can shut down your system. Signals will keep coming from trading view, and they will be processed and orders will be placed in your account. Any doubts? Any queries on this? How to do the setup? So one more point, the most critical point is to select the right kind of rule, which is dependent on the strategy that you're trying to run. Now, if you have a strategy which is similar to trading view, that is, it is always in trade, either long or short, then you have to use the rule called stop and reverse, which is the fifth rule in our drop down. Now, if there's a mismatch in the rule that you use, then the orders will not get placed properly. So the fifth rule is stop and reverse, which is more relevant to strategies like super trend, which are always in trade, either long or short. Now, not all strategies are work like that. There are strategies which will say, for example, take an entry, say give a sell here, take a short entry, and maybe there's a target achieved, and after that there's no trade. Then again, we might get another sell entry, and then target might be hit or stop loss might be hit, and there could be no trades for some time. So it is a situation where it is intermittently in trade, not continuously in trade, but intermittently in trade. It takes a entry, exit, and then no trade, and again take an entry, exit, and it could be no trade. So if you are using such kind of strategies, or if your strategy is functioning in that fashion, use a rule called buy, sell, short, buy and sell. Long plus short, buy, sell. Yeah, long plus short, buy, sell. The third option. What it does is, suppose you have got a taken a short position here, and it will send a sell and it will close it here. Say a target is met, then it will say short position is normally bought and the position gets closed, and there will be no trade. Suppose you get a buy here, a long trade will be taken, and say a target is met and no trade after that. So it will sell it here and there will be no trade. So both buy and sell signals will be considered, and accordingly the orders will be sent to broker. So whenever there's a buy coming in or sell coming in, it will get processed and it will be sent. And it need not be in continuous trade. It can be intermittently in trade. Only in such kind of situations, you will need to use the third rule called buy plus short, long plus short, buy sell. Now, if your strategy is not continuously in trade but intermittently in trade, however, you have used stop and reverse as the rule, what happens is, suppose you're taking an entry here and your target is met somewhere here. It is, as per your strategy, the portion should have got closed and there should be no portions, right? But if you have used a wrong rule like a stop and reverse, it will take a long portion here, it will close the short position and take a long position. And when a buy comes again, another buy could be taken. So it will not work if the correct rule is not selected. So be careful in terms of the rule selection. If you have any doubts, there's a brief explanation given. Even if that is not able to clarify your kind of strategy, you can get in touch with us. We can look at your strategy, how it is uh, designed, and then always suggest what rule to be used. Right? Any doubts so far? Please use the query box, chat box, and raise your query. I'll try and solve them. This um, And suppose you're a trader and you feel that, okay, from Monday onwards, our markets are going to trend upwards only, and you don't want to short this market, and you want to take only long signals. Say you want to take a buy only and exit, buy only and exit, and not take short trades at all. Then use the first rule called long only. So what it will do is, when a buy comes, it will take a long position. And when a sell comes, it'll close the long position and there'll be no further open positions. It will wait for the next buy to come. If a next sell comes, it will get discarded, but it will wait only for the long signals to be triggered and it will process that. The reverse of that is short only. That is, it will take only short trades. If you feel that the markets are going to trend down only and you want to take only short positions, then use the rule called short only. So it will process only the short signals coming in. It will not take any long position. If you want to take both long plus short, then use buy sell, long plus short, buy sell as a rule. So that selection is pretty important, right? Any queries so far? Let me know. Yeah. Now, another thing that I wanted to show you was a lot of people use charting as a platform to scan for n number of stocks. It could be 100, 500, it could be 1,000, 2,000 also, depending on the kind of stocks that you're looking at. And you might take an entry into, say, a few stocks in every day. It could be five stocks out of that pool of 500. What's less what you have in charting, or it could be trading view, it could be Amibroker. So depending on what charting tool you are using, how to use, and you are trading in, say, cash market for intraday, how to handle those many stocks in Algomojo. So we have created a facility. For example, if you're trying to, yeah, create a new strategy and say give a name as equity intraday and select a rule. Say you want to take both long and short because in intraday equity it is allowed, and you can select the segment as equity and trading symbol. To begin with, you can say something like yes bank, right? And order type is always use MIS because shorting is not allowed for CMC. MIS, then price is always market, and say quantity by default you keep it as 100, sorry, one, and rest of the things you need not have to do anything. In case if you are running your targets and stop loss, everything as per your charting tool, you need not have to use these. And timings also, if you want to take all the trades during the day, you just need to update these couple of information that are required and say submit. After you submit and go back here, under the actions, there's something called watch list. This is where we add a watch list. Suppose you are trading in charting. Yeah. Suppose you are trading in charting and there are, say, 500 stocks. How do we add that into? You will need to add all those stocks also into Algomojo. Now, the for if you have large number of stocks, then it becomes difficult to handle to update each one of them. You, if it is say one or two of them, you can add directly from here. You can say add, say you can give a name, trading symbol, all that manually here, or else we are given a format. Download this format, open this Excel sheet, and this is the Excel sheet. This is the information that you need to provide. Chart symbol, then exchange, then the trading symbol, then the quantity and the capital. Now, what is chart symbol? See, chart symbol is what is as per your charting tool. For example, if it is charting and if it is yes bank, you give it as yes bank. Now, you for chart symbol. Let me just expand this. Now, for chart symbol, we'll give it as yes bank, and exchange is NSE, and trading symbol. See, when it comes to trading symbol, what happens is for each broker they follow a different method. For example, here this is trade genie. Yes, trade genie uses a trading symbol which is equivalent to yes bank hyphen EQ. So we have to specify in our Excel sheet that if your broker go to your broker account and type in the symbol, So if it is something like Zeroda, it will be say I think only S Bank. Hyphen IQ will not be there. So it can be either of these two formats, Yes Bank hyphen IQ or Yes Bank. So it is not uniform across all the brokers. It depends on the broker terminology or broker formats. So be careful. So whatever is the broker accepted trading symbol format, you have to specify that here. So you can give that as Yes Bank hyphen EQ. The quantity that you want to trade. Suppose you want to trade in 100 quantity every time, you can give a fixed quantity for each stock. Or if you want to want us to calculate dynamically, you can say that okay, my capital for each stock is say 10,000. For each stock, you can have a different capital allocated. So when the order comes, we will look at what is the S Bank's price and divide the capital by the S Bank last traded price and arrive at that quantity and place orders for that quantity in your broker account. Hope that is clear. So let me repeat again. You have to, if you have 500 stocks, you will need to update this in this Excel form and then upload it into our system. That's it. So as you can see, I have uploaded Yes Bank here, and let me save this. I'll go back to Algomojo and then go to Actions, Watch List, then Upload. As you can see, we had uploaded Yes Bank. Capital was 10,000. Quantity, we had kept it at 1. By default, don't keep it as 0. If you are doing it based on capital, don't keep the quantity as 0. Keep it at minimum 1. And if you have 500 stocks, all of them will be listed here from the Excel. It will pick up the information. It will be available here. Now, in case at a later date, if you want to do some changes, say, for example, you want to make capital as, say, 25,000 for Yes Bank, you can update it from here itself, right? It becomes 25,000. Or if there are multiple changes to be done, you do it from the Excel sheet and keep uploading. You can do the upload any number of times even during the day also. Suppose live trades are running and you want to make some changes in the Excel sheet, make those changes, upload it into our system. Our system will take care based on the uploads that you would have done. No, keep the capital as 1. Don't keep it as 0. We will, when you upload when you update the capital, we will always know that we have to take capital into consideration to arrive at the quantity, and then we will do according to that. Right. So when you are sending, say, in your watch list, you have 500 stocks, and your charting gives you, say, 10 stocks to be bought or sold in a particular day. If it is available in this watch list uploaded by you in Algomojo, the orders will be placed and processed. If there are signals coming for stocks which are not uploaded in the watch list section, the order will not be processed. It has to be there in the watch list. So kindly ensure that whatever stocks that you're scanning in whichever tool, the same is replicated and available here in this format. In this format. Be careful in terms of trading symbol. As I said, it depends on the broker. You go to the broker's page and check what is the format they are handling, whether it is EQ or idea dash EQ or just idea. So accordingly, you update the trading symbol also. So then trading symbol and chart symbol becomes the same. Normally, chart symbol is what you see is the NSE dump, which you use in charting kind of areas. So it is normally without the hyphen kind of thing. It will be just be the name. So if you're trying to trade based only on the quantity, for example, you want to trade based on the quantity, say 100 numbers or 200 numbers of yes spent and you don't want to consider capital, keep it as zero. So then we know that the quantity is determined here and not from the capital. It's already predetermined for the stocks. Now, it could be a combination. There are, say, some stocks which you want to based on the absolute quantity. Some stocks you want to trade on a dynamic basis based on the capital. So if the capital is available, if the capital field is updated, we will go as per the capital updated number, calculate based on the LTP what is the quantity that needs to be sent. We will do that. Otherwise, we will look at the quantity given in this feed and place orders as per the quantity defined by you. So that is all is the process when you are trying to do. And again, once you load your strategy, so once you create your strategy and upload the watch list from here, all you have to do is if you're trading in charting, in the charting, it is even more simple. Go to take this webbook URL and paste it there. None of these things would be required. Just take this and paste it in your charting action. That's it. Nothing else to be done. Only webbook URL need to be pasted there. Any doubts, any query in how to handle watch list? Yeah. Now, trailing stop loss, the way it works is, for example, here, suppose you have given a stop loss target of say 25, right? Now, if you want to trail that based on the points, uh, if your if your average buy price has been 100 and if the price has moved to say 125 and for every 25 points move, how much value your stocks should move up. So I'll say that it is say 25 and by how many points it should move up. So I'll say 5. That means to say if you bought it at 100 and your initial stop loss was 75 because we kept the value as 25, 100 minus 25, 75 is your stop loss level. Now, if my price moves up by 25 points, that is 100 becomes 125, my stop loss will move up from 75 to 80 in steps of 5. Instead of 5, if I make this 10, then the stop loss will move up from 75 to 85. If my price moves up to 150 in steps of 25, I'm saying in steps of 25. For every 25 points move in my profit, my stops has to raise by say 10 points. That's how the trailing keeps happening. Now, in case if you have any doubts or worry, the best method would be that go to Algomojo and we have a blog. Go to this blog section and say search TSL. There's a detailed write-up as to how the entire thing works. Any of the functions that you're looking at, you can find an explanation in this page. So if you're using only stop loss and stop loss value, how does it work? Suppose you want to trail, how does it work? Suppose they give there's an example given and a clear explanation is also provided as to how the entire function works. Kindly refer to it in case if you still have a doubt, you can give us a call. We will be able to explain it to you also. Any doubts anywhere? Yeah. Somebody was asking about a query about Amibroker. This is a query on Amibroker. See, if you have coded in Amibroker AFL to send to dynamically pick up the strikes that you want to trade in, you can use a method called API-based order placements. That also you will be able to find it here. If you go to this API button trading execution module, it will also explain to you how to send orders using API. Right? So if your Amibroker AFL is determining the strike to be sent across and it is sending the quantity and the symbol directly from Amibroker, you can use the API based order placements rather than creating a strategy in our place. So you do not have to create any strategies here. You don't have to create any strategies here. You need not have to create any strategies. All executions will happen based on the APIs that has been allocated to you. As long as your APIs are valid, the orders will get processed. It will not be shown under any of these sections. It will directly get into your account from the broker. And another query in Nami broker is also can. Yeah, you will need to send the stop loss, trailing stop loss, or target. All those signals you will need to send it from Amibroker only. That is, if you are using Amibroker as to determine the symbol also of, suppose you're wanting to trade in say ITM 5 option or a particular option on whatever logic that you're calculating in Amibroker. It is determining the strike price, strike level, and it is sending the orders using API. Then you will need to handle the targets and stops also from there only, because we are not going to track that under my signals. We don't track it here at all, or we don't track it under strategy creation at all. You need not have to create a strategy also, because everything is handled from your. What is that we are trying to say here is whether you want to trade in equity or options or futures, what quantity and what strike price is what we are trying to determine from here. Whereas if these functions are being handled from Amibroker itself, then you need not have to update this at all. Now, yeah, see, most brokers for liquid index options, they allow market orders. If it is out of the money, deep in the money, or stock options, brokers don't allow market orders. Till if you're handling such kind of requirements, we are not ready yet. Once we have the limit order placement facilities available, then it can be done. However, if you are doing it through API, you can send a limit order. You have the functionality to send limit orders using API. So it will send a limit order and it will sit at your broker's place at whatever price of trigger and a limit. And once the price gets reached, it will sit as a limit order in the broker terminal, not in our terminal. And once the price reaches your level, the order will be executed. Yeah, that way, Amibroker provides a lot of flexibility in terms of handling targets or your option Greeks or your stops. Various studies that you can do in Amibroker is much. You have more flexibility, more functionalities built in Amibroker. See, in case if you want to use Python to run your strategies, you can definitely do that. All you have to do is go to our API section here. If you see in this place, API, and look at this version 1, and you have all the functions provided by us. You can get this handled at your Python coding levels. Suppose you want to place an order in Python, what are the brokers supported? What is the JSON to be used in your Python code? what will be the response you get, what are the requests you get. All that is provided as examples here. You can refer to our library and build a Python-based strategies. Uh, we do take up coding for TradingView and Amibroker. Python we can try, but if you have any specific requirements, you will need to mail us. I can get it checked and come back to you in terms of feasibility and costing. Yes. Yeah, yeah. In Amibroker, you can call and check, get your ID, what was the price at which it was executed. Based on that, you can calculate your dynamically, based on your entry price, you can calculate what is the target and what should be the stop loss. And when those are achieved, it can trigger the uh, exit orders for you. That can be done in Amibroker. It can read or fetch data from your broker's location. You will get details like what was whether the order was executed or not. If it was executed, what quantity, what price, and what is the order reference number. All these details are fetched by API, and it can get stored. And based on that information, it can further calculate the target levels and stop levels and trigger orders as per that. It's possible. Yeah, somebody was asking, can we see in Amibroker? Yeah, Amibroker, yeah. All you need to do is have a good strategy, AFL in Amibroker. Suppose you have a strategy, for example, let me try and load a strategy. Something like a wheel intra kind of thing, which is always in trade, like either long or short. So whenever these signals are coming in, you want the orders to be processed. The method is the same. First, either if you are wanting to handle from the chart and in combination with what we are doing here, uh, like what we said here, you can create a strategy. For example, we created a strategy for Nifty. This is the Nifty strategy that we created. And once you create the strategy, you need to go to this Amibroker section, and there are modules which are available. There are like similar to the rules that we did. There are modules that are available: long only, short only, long plus short, stop and reverse, and button trading modules also. Now download these modules and add it to your AFL code, or you can save these codes as an AFL itself. You can copy this and save this. For example, here you can copy the stop and reverse execution rule module and save it as an AFL and drag and drop. I've done that. I've saved that as an AFL. As you can see here, this AFL long plus short execution module is there, and even the button trading execution module is there. Let me drag and drop this. So once you drag and drop and go to parameter section, this is what is created by the module. We just did a drag and drop. At this place, you have to update the webhook URL. Just go to Algomojo to the strategy that we just created, copy this webhook URL, come to Amibroker and paste it here, and enable paper trade, enable the trade. So as you can see, algo status is enabled. So whenever this is giving a buy or a sell signal, it will be sent to Algomojo, who will in turn send it for execution with your broker account. It is as simple as that. So again, this AFLs you can create and save them. If it is button module, you can say, for example, here, let's take a price chart. I have a price chart and I have a button module which can be integrated. So once you enable, let me paste the book URL here, and enable the trade, you can see that buy entry, buy exit, sell entry, sell exit buttons are there. From here itself, you can place an order. Now, let me just show you that also. If you go to this log, enable this. If I say buy entry, it will place an order. As you can see, API response has been there. We are trading in paper trade. So an order has been sent at 11:39:00. Let's look at this buy entry sent from here. Go to my signals, go to my strategies. Yeah. As you can see here, 11:39:00 buy has been generated. This has come from this IP. You can make out that it's a different IP. Here, these were all TradingView IPs. These buy signals were coming from TradingView. Now, this 10.51.194.174 is my laptop ID. Amibroker generated the buy signal from this ID, and this order has been placed. The buy order has been placed, and it will be there in the portion book. So you can bring in any strategy. Uh, Suppose you want to exit this, you say buy exit. So this exit happens, and you can see it in Algomojo. Then, since we have used a rule called stop and reverse, it will take a reverse portion also. If we had said only buy plus short, long plus short, then it will close the long portion. Since we have used a rule called stop and reverse, it closed the long portion and took a short portion. Uh, See, the Amibroker software per se, Amibroker software, if you look at, this is available free of cost. So all you have to do is, of course, Amibroker would recommend for usage for live trading, at least for people who have at least used and got familiar with Amibroker for 3 to 6 months, because though it offers a lot of facilities, flexibilities and facilities, one needs to have an understanding of how to use Amibroker. Once you get a hang of using Amibroker, I don't think you look at any other software. So it is brilliant software. So you can download this. Go to their website called amibroker.com and go to downloads, and there's a free version which is available. They have this new version called Amibroker 6.9.3. Okay. You can download this and start using it. Now, if you want to buy that, I think they have a cost. Suppose you want to buy them, standard edition is about $300. Which would more or less require meet the if you're running just the strategies, this should be able to take care of it. If you are into some coding and need some special features available, then there's another version which is about $70 more, about $370. So this is one-time cost which you have, and the thing that you need is the data feed. Amibroker needs data feed. You have various vendors. The costing would vary anywhere from say 1,500 rupees to 3,500 rupees. I always recommend to go with a good data feed, licensed data feed, because data is the most important function or part of this entire strategy. If there's no proper data feed, then the levels that get generated or the delays which could be there in terms of price updations could hamper your entire strategy as such. So there are data feed which are very, very small. Say there are people who give it at 500 rupees kind of thing also. Not reliable. You cannot do back testing with those kind of data feeds. You can't do bar replace with those kind of data feeds. So always invest into a good data feed. It's still worth it. A cost of 1,500 to 1,500 rupees per month is an investment. I would see it as an investment towards a good business. So don't compromise on the data feed vendors. So always use good data feed, and that will be the only cost which will be involved. Of course, when you're using a free version of Amibroker, what happens is some of the functionalities of saving the, for example, here we were looking at this webhook URL that has been pasted. I have a licensed version, so whenever I close it and open it, this will be saved. In a free version, it will not be saved. And suppose you put some drawings in this, the drawings may not be saved. So again, the cost of data Amibroker is again not very expensive. $300 would be about 25, 27, 28,000 bucks one-time investment. It is definitely worth that kind of investment if you for any serious traders or investors, I would say. So look at a one-time investment into Amibroker and a good data feed in Amibroker. The kind of things that you can do if you have the knowledge of Amibroker is excellent. See, we are franchisees for two data feed providers. One is Global Data Feed. The other one is True Data. In case if you want to try it out, they offer. You can get in touch with us. They offer some 3 days trial or 7 days trial. Try it out, see how it works, and then you can take it forward. Yeah. Anything else? Anybody would like to have a look at? Yeah. How to get in touch with us? I'll just share that. Yeah. uh, how to get in touch with us for any support, I will definitely share. We don't have any Telegram app. However, for support, we have a WhatsApp where executives will be able to communicate directly if you have any or help out any if you have any support requirements. I'll share those details. Yeah. Is there anything else anybody would like to look at in TradingView or Amibroker? Let me know. I can show that. Again, TradingView also has its own advantages. Now, here we looked at how do we do it using strategy. Suppose you want to use an indicator, you can do that. You can do, suppose you want to trade based on a trend line kind of thing. For example, if you draw a trend line like this, and if there is a breakdown of this trend line, you want to take a short position, even that can be done. You create an alert on this trend line, and in the message box, add whether you want to buy or sell, update the webhook URL, and when the price breaks that level, the trade can get executed. It can be a trade breakout of trades. Suppose there's a trend line like this, and the price breaks above this uh, line that you've drawn, and you want a long entry to be taken. That can also be worked. Or suppose you say that okay, you have a price based level, you have a resistance and support defined, and when the price hits a certain resistance level you want to short, or when the support level you want to buy, take a long entry, you can do that also. Such functionalities are built in TradingView, and comparatively TradingView cost, recurring cost is lesser. You can go with 1,000 rupees plans also, monthly kind of thing. They do offer some great discounts towards, I think, yeah, Black Friday or Friday sale is coming up. The Thanksgiving sale is coming up November sometime. They offer 60-80% kind of discounts, and try it out. See, historical data is an issue still. Whichever data feed provider we have seen, they give you data for 90 days, 3 months, historical data, intraday that is. If you're looking at end of day, I think they give you 5-10 years kind of data will get. But intraday, if you're looking at it, is 1 minute data. They give up to 3 months. If you want, you can buy historical data at a cost as such. The trial period, I think Global Data Feed offers 3 days trial, and they limit it to about 5 symbols. So for 5 symbols, you get up to 90 days historical data. True data, I think they give it for 5 days or 7 days. Similar, they would also have a limitation in terms of 3 or 5 symbols that you can try it out during the trial period. And after that, you have various plans. It could be for monthly, yearly, half yearly kind of plans, and it could be based on number of symbols also, and whether you're running it on a laptop, desktop, or you are running it on a virtual machine, the prices would vary. And again, prices would vary based on the segment. If you want cash market, you want NFO, you want commodities, for each there is a different price involved. So depending on what you're looking at, what you're trading, you need to take up the subscription. Yeah. Now, if there are any queries, do raise. Please let me know. Coming back on to our presentation, this is supports details. We are available from 9 to 5 on all working days, Saturdays from 10 to 5. And you can contact us on this WhatsApp number 81055 72233, or you can give us a call 8550 or you can raise a ticket from our website, and or you can send us an email. These are various methods for you to get in touch with us. Crypto, not yet. Crypto and Forex, we don't support. Otherwise, all segments available in the Indian market, yes, you can trade. Yeah, my name is Lokesh, and if you have any coding requirement, you can mail it to this ID, lokesh@finfolab.com. We will check the feasibility. Without checking the feasibility, we will not be able to tell you what should be the effort involved and the cost involved. Looking at your compact requirement and complexity involved, and the platform that you are wanting it to be developed for, we will be able to arrive at a price. And once you're okay with the pricing, we can take up the coding. We can support for trading view, Amibroker, and Python based codes. Coding can be done. So we have an extensive blog, all features, facilities that are currently available. You will find a blog. Kindly have a look at it. In case you have any doubts, feel free to get in touch with us. We'll be able to help you out. We normally, in case we need to look at your chart or look at your strategies, we use UltraView or AnyDesk kind of platforms. Come online and look at your requirement, help you out and guide you in terms of how the setting has to be done. You do it for a day, one or two kind of thing strategies. After that, it is a very simple process. You can do it on your own. We are there to help you out. We are there to support you. We try to keep this platform as simple as possible. Our idea is to ensure that anybody and everybody should be able to automate their strategies with little or no efforts at all. So here, all you have to do is copy paste one or two things, and you're ready for placing orders automatically. So we are trying to keep it that way. We'll keep adding many requirements going further, and we'll be happy to take up any new requirements that you would have. In terms of features, you can again come back here and request for a feature also. We have a facility wherein you can say that, okay, you go to, you can ask for a feature from this button. If you feel that currently that feature what we're looking at is not available, you can ask for a feature. Or if you want a personalized demo, you can ask for a slot for installation of, say, TradingView setup or Amibroker setup. We are there to help you out. You want to get a call or raise a ticket, please do request from this place. We'll be happy to assist you. The price has not like to comment as of now until we look at the kind of requirements that you would have. Kindly email it to me. We will check and definitely come back. Yes, this recording will be available for all participants. I think it will get uploaded by afternoon. So, in case if you'd like to have a look at it, it will always be available. We try and do this product demo every Saturday, same timing, 10 to 12 o'clock approximately. And in case if you have any requirements that you would like to look at it, don't wait till Saturdays. You can call us or get in touch with us through any of these means, and we will be able to help you out. Thanks again. My name is Lokesh. I'm part of Algomojo team. Have a great weekend and see you all again next week. Bye. Bye, everybody. I'll try and end this session now. In case if there are no queries, I'll end the session. Thanks again. Yes. Thanks for your time, everybody.